How's it going everyone? WildeThang here with the first video of my Crucible Classes series. So a lot of you have asked me to start a how to snipe series or a how to get better in Crucible series, so I thought I would combine the two and create a Crucible Classes series. This series will cover everything to do with Crucible, weapons, sniping, general hints and tips. So before we get started, I want to state that I'm not a top tier PvP player and I'm nowhere near a sweats player or anything like that. I don't like that side of Destiny anyway, and I never see myself playing Destiny competitively. I have, however, had a lot of people say that I'm a good player and a good sniper, so I want to impart some of my knowledge, tips and tricks to you guys to help you improve. This series will be aimed at anyone looking to improve their PvP experience. If you have any suggestions for episodes, then please do let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to cover as much as I can. So in this episode I want to talk to you about some general tips and tricks on the road to improving in the Crucible. Episodes after this one will focus on more detailed areas of the whole Crucible PvP side of the game. The first thing to note is practice makes perfect. Now I don't mean to spend hours in the Crucible every day, because you will eventually burn out from it and start to play worse. If you want to get better at using a certain weapon, then just keep using it. In year 1 I only used sniper rifles. I was dead against using a shotgun. I still am, but I will change to one if I come up against an aggressive team. That brings me on to my next tip. Change your loadout to complement the map and team that you're playing against. If you're playing trials and come up against a team of shotgunners, try out the last word or put a shotgun on yourself. There have been times where I've come up against a team of aggressive shotgunners. They were winning more rounds, my team will change to shotguns and we ended up winning the match. Don't be afraid to change weapons if you need to. Also, on huge maps like Bastion, try out a scout rifle for the extra range rather than a hand cannon or auto rifle. Another thing to note is the radar. The radar can be your best friend, so if you're hard scoped down a lane, make sure to come out of aiming down sights now and again. You may see me and other snipers kind of flashing the radar now and again. I tend to tap the aim button so I can quickly see the radar in case someone is trying to flank me. A lot of shotgunners say they don't switch to their shotgun until the radar is bright red, meaning an enemy is right next to you. This just helps so you don't run around a corner trying to shoot someone and they be slightly out of range. Something I tend to do if I have a good game or a bad game is I will save the video clip so I can go back and rewatch it and see if any mistakes I did and think of how I can improve on those issues. Now obviously on the PlayStation you can just hit the share button. I'm not too sure on the Xbox, but I know the PlayStation will save 15 minutes, which is the length of most matches. And obviously I think you can save like a few minutes on the Xbox. I'm not clued up on that side. It's a great way to see how you performed, because in the heat of the game you can panic and make silly mistakes sometimes. We all do it. I feel like an idiot sometimes watching my games back and seeing me do silly things. If you feel like you're not improving one day and are constantly having bad games, switch the game off, take a break, play something else. The worst thing you can do is go on tilt. I have a video explaining what tilt is and how best to deal with it. It's not nice. It basically means you're having a bad game but keep on playing because you hope it'll get better, but it won't. The best thing to do in this situation is just take a break completely from the game. So my last tip is to watch some Twitch streams of good PvP players and just study how they move around the map, how they communicate with their team and what weapons they use. I often watch streamers and have learned a few things from them, especially good trials players. I get to see which lanes they push and how they fight 1v3 situations. So that's it from me for the first episode of my Crucible Classes series. Like I said in the beginning of this video, let me know in the comments below if there are any topics you would like me to cover and I'll be happy to create a video. I hope you have an awesome day and I will see you in the next one. Up this weapon. The Zuros DIS-47 you'll see me use in this video has Outlaw, Perfect Balance and Small Bore. I love using weapons that have Outlaw on them because the reload speed is ridiculous if you land critical kills. That is obviously down to personal preference and there are better perks out there. With most primary weapons you want as much stability